Hello, Allstate. My name is David Ellis. I am a contractor for Ben Holden. It is October 28th, 2024. It's currently 73 degrees out, and today we will be doing a attempt to repair simulation. This is the wind damage tab right here we will be attempting to repair that shingle. That is the scope of work right there. As we walk around this roof, to just kind of let you know why we are even doing this ATR, you will see the high number of wind damaged shingles that we have. And the issue is when they become like this, the wind, there's no adhesive no more underneath. The adhesive comes up, and from the wind just blowing these tabs continuously back and forth over time, they start to get that creasing and damage at the top. And you see there's just a very high number of wind damage tabs here. Actually, the chalk is still on a lot of these, even though I did this inspection quite some time ago. I even took time to mark out some of the zippers, as we call them in the industry. Basically just meaning that just because it doesn't have this damage yet, the adhesive is already starting to go. If you can see that, and it's only a matter of time until the whole like this whole shingle's up, until the wind starts to, this one as well, starts to blow these shingles back and forth, and then they'll have the same damage as the other ones. So basically this roof is in pretty bad shape. Again, a little cluster of wind damage. Just basically wanted to walk around the roof just to show you why we are even attempting to do this ATR. Basically, the first thing I will be doing, again, there's some more on this side. That was from my initial inspection. The first thing we will be doing here is trying to get that adhesive up off of the tabs that are not damaged yet. I'm just trying to find the best angle here. I do not have a cameraman. I am by myself. I apologize. Maybe zoom in a little bit so you can see. Get the whole thing there. Yeah, the first thing I will be doing with the flat bar is, as I said, this one is already damaged. So with the ones that are not damaged, what I like to do is put a little pressure on the tab, and then very gently break that adhesive. The reason I put the pressure on it is because you never want the other side of the tool to come out the other side of the tab. We want to avoid making any damage. I've seen a lot of roofers come up here and basically, cause damage just by making, their own mistakes. So again, very gently, we're just going to get under that adhesive, try to break that as much as we can to be able to get that nail from under these tabs. Now, one thing I want to point out, I will never lift any tab from the back. I always take my 4 fingers, put them here, and lift from the center, because when you do lift from this back right here, that's when you will start to get creasing and cracking and stuff like that on these shingles. And because these shingles, there's really no shade, as you can see, have been just being beat on by the sun for 2 decades. Basically they become very hard and very brittle. So anytime you move them, they start to crack and things of that nature. Very gently, as you can see, I'm just trying to break that adhesive here. A lot of times when trying to repair a high number of wind damage tabs, what happens is you create more damage for the shingles around it, around the damaged shingle. So really it just becomes counterproductive to even try to make a high number of repairs. You might repair 10, but you damage 15 in the process. So And that's what happens with these 3-tab roofs a lot of times. The noise you're hearing is basically just the tool scraping against the granules. There's really nothing you can do about that. Ooh, it's hitting a nail right there. There we go. Thank you for taking the time to view this. Ben Holden, the homeowner, thanks you as well. After this, the next thing we will be doing is taking the nails out one by one. And again, I never lift the shingles from the back. I always put 4 fingers on and kind of lift from the center, because that center will not get the same creasing as the top will. There we go, that one's pretty easy. That is really the biggest thing by doing these ATRs, is to make sure you do not lift any of these tabs more than 45 degrees. That will cause damage. Again, that is the last thing we want to do, is cause damage by trying to repair damage done by the wind. So again, I'm just going to lift from the middle like this to locate the nails. Unfortunately, since this one is already up, I will lift this one, go under this one to get this nail up. I can see that these nails are set back a little bit. That's never good. Luckily, I have a lot of roofing experience. As you can see, I want you to just pay attention while I'm doing this. This back is never coming up. That is the most important thing by taking these out, is making sure that we never lift this back up and damage any of these shingles. Again, see, only the center is up here, not the back. Nail out. That is literally how you want to do this every time. As you pull the nail up, the shingle will rise with it. All you do is, before you pull it out, you push the shingle down, because you don't want to lift that more than 45 degrees ever. Ooh, this one's really far back there. So basically, just like that, how I push that back down, the back is not up, pull that out, good to go. Again, from the center, pull that up. Oh, this one's stuck a little bit. No big deal, here we go. Back is not up at all. There we go. Let's see where we're at here. Let's see, is that enough? Something's still holding us in there. There we go. From the center. Back is not up. Here we go. Something's still holding me right there. Oh, there we go. So that is all the nails right there. Let me just set this down. What I will do is basically just show the shingle. As you can see, this was our damaged shingle. You could already see some granule loss. I hope you can see that on the camera. At the top here, a little bit of creasing. Like I said, as soon as these tabs from being so hard and brittle are moved in any way, yeah, they start to have some granule loss. They start to crease. If I was to pick these tabs up more than 45 degrees, they would just break. They're in very bad condition. Let me just make sure we're still recording. Okay. Now, second part, putting the nails back. It's very important that you do not lift the tab too high when putting these nails back, and that's why we're going to use this tool called the roof snake. Not a huge fan of roof snakes. Again, I was a roofer for a number of years. I did not personally use them, but I know on these ATR videos, insurance companies do want roofers to use a roof snake. So be it. Basically, how the roof snake works, again, do not lift any of these shingles above 45 degrees. I will lift this from the center, find the previous. Just like that. As you can see, the back is not up at all. Now basically you could take this, very easy. That allows the shingle not to have to be lifted any higher than 45 degrees. From the center. Another thing you want to make sure of, that you're not dragging these tools all over the these tabs. And just from doing that right there, even though I didn't hit it hard at all, I see granules popping up. Again, it is very hard, just in all reality, not to damage these tabs at all when making these repairs. They're just so brittle from being in the sun. There's no shade around here at all, and this is a very old roof. Yeah, just with no protection. Again, from the center, back is not up, back was never lifted up. Very gently, not to try to manufacture any damage, very gently. You know, I'm not pounding on it. I'm not trying to hit it as hard as I can to try to manufacture any damage. If anything, I'm actually doing it pretty light. And like I said, I still see granules, you know, jumping around. Again, back is not up. Lift from the center. And honestly, I'm just going to show you what this looks like already. I don't even have these shingles down all the way yet, or these tabs, but just from doing what I did right there, look at the damage that we have already on this. This is why we have so much wind damage on this roof, because these tabs are extremely old and extremely brittle. This one is basically destroyed. You know, it's really not hard to tell what's going on here. Unfortunately, this happens to older 3-tab roofs. That one's actually doesn't look bad at all. this one survived as well. But you also have a couple on the top. A little bit of granule loss, but even on this one. So basically, out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, basically 7 are practically destroyed. Really 12. Them 2 also needed to be lifted up to get a nail out. I don't have any damage on them. So basically 7 out of 12 of these tabs, though, were damaged in the process. I thought I did that as gentle as I possibly could. The backs never went up really, but again, anytime you break that adhesive and move that tab at all, that's just what you're going to get with a 3-tab roof that's just been sitting in the sun for 20 years. Again, this has been Holden's home. It's October 28th, 2024, currently 73 degrees out. Thank you very much for taking the time to view this video, and God bless.